You might think your tax money is going down the drain, but in ancient Greece and Rome, they had a unique way of splurging state-sponsored entrail readers. That's right, folks. Picture the scene. It's a sunny afternoon, a burly Roman in a toga has just finished his lunch, and now he's off to read some goat entrails. Sounds like a typical day at the office, right? Well, at least for an augur it was. These guys were the rock stars of their day, predicting the future by inspecting the insides of sacrificed animals. Imagine the job advertisement. Wanted, a person who can handle guts and gore and still keep their lunch down. And the best part? All this was state-sponsored. Yes, you heard it right. Your hard-earned denarii going straight into the pockets of your friendly neighborhood haruspecs. So, next time you complain about your taxes, just remember, at least you're not funding a goat's guts prophecy. Now, entrail reading wasn't just an odd hobby. It was a serious business. These haruspices, or entrail inspectors, had some real guts, literally and figuratively. You see, back in the day, they were the ancient equivalent of your daily horoscope. Only instead of sipping coffee while scrolling through an app, they were up to their elbows in animal innards. Talk about a messy morning routine. Let's not forget the time when a haruspex warned Julius Caesar about the Ides of March. Caesar, being the gutsy guy he was, shrugged it off. We all know how that turned out, don't we? A little less "et tu, brute," and a little more "I told you so." Now you might think all entrails would be created equal, but oh no, not in the eyes of our ancient forecasters. Picture this, a haruspex at a heavenly butcher's shop debating whether to go with the budget chicken entrails or splurge on the premium peacock guts for their next big prediction. The peacock's got a much richer texture, perfect for those complex prophecies, they'd probably say, but let's be honest, it all sounds a bit awful, doesn't it? Yet, these folks were state-sponsored and had a crucial role in society. They were like the meteorologists of the day, only instead of predicting rain, they predicted ruin. So the next time you're eating a chicken dinner, spare a thought for the poor haruspecs who might have been dissecting it for divine messages. And you thought your tax money was wasted on unnecessary things. But let's face it, entrail reading sure beats another pothole repair. Back in the days of ancient Greece and Rome, citizens would cough up their hard-earned drachmas and denarii to fund state-sponsored entrail readers. Yes, you heard that right. Tax money was spent on folks who would squint at a sheep's intestines like they were reading a morning newspaper, predicting the future from the loops and twists of animal innards. Now, imagine if we replaced our modern tax-funded services with this ancient practice. Instead of weather forecasts, we'd have augurs inspecting the entrails of a sacrificial goat to tell us whether it'll rain tomorrow. And forget about traffic updates. We'd have a haruspex on every corner peering into a chicken's giblets to predict the rush hour. Can't decide whether to fund a new hospital or a school? No problem. Just sacrifice a cow and let its entrails guide you. And who needs opinion polls when you have a pig's intestines to predict the outcome of the next election? And the best part, if anything went wrong, they could simply shrug and say, well, the entrails were a bit off today. No accountability, just a whole load of awful. So, folks, next time you're grumbling about your taxes, remember, at least you're not funding future predictions from a chicken's giblets.